Good morning, Doc. Good morning, classmates. Today I'm gonna present chapter 11. It's managing knowledge. The learning objectives are as follows. Number one, we will be able to know what is the role of knowledge management systems in business. Number two, what types of systems are used for enterprise-wide knowledge management and how do they provide value for businesses? The next two will be discussed by my partner in this report. But first of all, let's take a look at Fiat and how they come up with a real-time management with business intelligence. Few industries have experienced as much disruption due to the financial meltdown of 2007 to 2009. Global production peaked in 2007 when 53 million cars were produced, but fell to 47 million 2 years later at the height of the global financial recession. Two large American firms, General Motors and Chrysler, required a financial bailout of 5.6 billion euros from the United States government. After filing for bankruptcy in 2009, Chrysler found a buyer in Fiat. Fiat eventually purchased majority control by 2011 and has since attempted to purchase all shares from the Canadian government and employee unions in 2013. In 2015, global auto production zoomed to 92 million cars. Fiat was one of the global automotive companies to weather the financial storm of 2008 to 2011 without significant government intervention. The 114-year-old automaker is Italy's largest auto manufacturer with 9% of the European market. The combined Chrysler Fiat company has nearly 228,000 employees, 158 plants, and 77 research and development centers. Fiat's 2014 revenue approached 96 billion euros, and the company produced 4.6 million vehicles. Then the problem starts. Fiat faced several information system challenges resulting from its global expansion, and in particular, its purchase of Chrysler. In the past, Fiat Global Production Centers adapted their own database systems to manage their business, and these legacy systems evolved independently over the years. This meant that the executive in Turin could not receive timely and complete information on the firm's key business processes and financial performance. A good deal of management decision relied on the manual spreadsheets using data from different systems, and this led to errors in the data. With Chrysler, Fiat inherited another set of enterprise systems. Fiat decided it needed a new system that could provide near real time information on its operations across the globe. They use Oracle Hyperion. So, this we will be able to know what is the role of the knowledge management system in the business. The experience of Fiat provide an excellent example of the challenges that business face when increasing the scope of operations and moving towards a truly global business. The existing legacy systems at Fiat made it very difficult to coordinate supply chain, production, financial, and marketing decisions on a global basis. Existing systems could not provide real time data to central management in Turin, and management had a difficult time responding to changes in local conditions and discovering potential synergies among their divisions. Knowledge management and collaboration systems are among the fastest growing areas of corporate and government software investment. The past decade has shown an explosive growth in research on knowledge and knowledge management in the economics, management, and information system fields. Knowledge management and collaborations are closely related. Knowledge that cannot be communicated and shared with others is nearly useless. Knowledge becomes useful and actionable when shared throughout the firm. We have already described the major tools for collaboration and social business in the chapter 2. In this chapter, we will focus on knowledge management systems and be mindful that communicating and sharing knowledge are becoming increasingly important. Knowledge management has become an important theme at many large business firms as managers realize that much of their firm's value depends on the firm's ability to create and manage knowledge. Studies have found that a substantial part of a firm's stock's market value is related to its intangible assets, of which knowledge is one important component. Along with brand reputations and unique business processes, well executed knowledge based projects have been known to produce extraordinary returns on investment, although the impacts of knowledge based investments are difficult to measure. In this table, you will be able to see the business challenges like global integration, legacy systems, and the lack of timely decision making. Now, in management, you need to identify potential vendors, coordinate divisions, and then create an information system. In organization, you need also to implement system and train your employees. And then you add that to the information system. In technology, you need to have enterprise performance software, which is very important. And then add to that will be a web-based system as part of your technology. And then you'll be able to have a clear financial reporting, production planning, and marketing module. So your business solutions will be more accurate decision making. You have minimized inventory, and most of all, you will understand local markets. Knowledge is both an individual attribute and a collective attribute of the firm. Knowledge is a cognitive, even a physiological event that takes place inside people's heads. It is also stored in libraries and records, shared in lectures, and stored by firms in the form of business processes and employee know how. Knowledge residing in the minds of an employee that has not been documented is called tacit knowledge, whereas knowledge that has been documented is called explicit knowledge. Knowledge can reside in email, voicemail, graphics, and unstructured documents, as well as structured documents. Knowledge is generally believed to have a location either in the minds of humans or in specific business processes. They say that knowledge is sticky and not universally applicable or easily moved. Finally, knowledge is thought to be situational and contextual. For example, you must know when to perform a procedure as well as how to perform it. In this table, you will see the dimension of knowledge. So, the important dimension of knowledge says that knowledge is a firm asset, it is an intangible asset. The transformation of data into useful information and knowledge requires organizational resources. Knowledge is not subject to the law of diminishing returns, as are the physical assets, but instead experiences network effects as its value increases as more people share it. Another one is knowledge has different forms. Knowledge can either be tacit or explicit, as we discussed previously. It means it is codified. Knowledge involves know how, your craft, your skill. It also involves knowing how to follow procedures. It also involves knowing why, not simply when things happen or the causality. Another one is knowledge has a location. Knowledge is a cognitive event involving mental models and maps of individuals. There is both a social and an individual basis knowledge. Knowledge is sticky. It means it's hard to move. It's situated or enmeshed in a firm's culture and contextual or works only in certain situations. The last one is knowledge is situational. Knowledge is conditional. Knowing when to apply a procedure is just as important as knowing the procedure. Knowledge is also related to context. You must know how to use a certain tool and under what circumstances. Figure 11.1 is the knowledge management value chains. To understand this, knowledge management refers to the set of business processes developed in an organization to create, store, transfer, and apply knowledge. Knowledge management increases the ability of the organization to learn from its environment and to incorporate knowledge into its business processes. This figure illustrates the four value adding steps in the knowledge management value chain. Each stage in the value chains adds value to raw data and information as they are transformed into usable knowledge. Information system activities are separated from related management and organizational activities, with information system activities on the top of the graphic and organizational activities and management below. One apt slogan of the knowledge management field is effective knowledge management is 80% and managerial and organizational and 20% technology. These are essentially three major types of knowledge management systems. One is enterprise wide knowledge management systems, knowledge work systems, and intelligence techniques. This figure shows the knowledge management system applications for each of the major categories. Enterprise wide knowledge management systems are general purpose, firm wide efforts to collect, store, distribute, and apply digital content and knowledge. These systems include capabilities for searching for information, storing both structured and unstructured data, and locating employee expertise within the firm. They also include supporting technologies such as portals, search engines, collaboration, and social business tools, and learning management system or LMS. The development of powerful networked workstations and software for assisting engineers and scientists in the discovery of new knowledge has led to the creation of the knowledge work systems such as computer aided design or CAD, visualization, simulation, and virtual reality systems. Our knowledge work systems, KWS, are specialized systems built for engineers, scientists, and other knowledge workers charged with discovering and creating a new knowledge for a company. We discuss knowledge work applications in detail in section 11. Knowledge management also includes a diverse group of intelligence techniques such as data mining, expert systems, neural networks, fuzzy logics, genetic algorithm, and intelligent agents. These techniques have different objectives from a focus on discovering knowledge or the data mining and neural network to distilling knowledge in the form of rules for for a computer program, that is expert systems and fuzzy logic, to discovering optimal solution for problems like genetic algorithm. Enterprise content and management systems. Business today need to organize and manage both structured and semi-structured knowledge assets. Structured knowledge is explicit knowledge that exists in formal documents as well as in formal rules that organizations derive by observing experts and their decision-making behaviors. But according to experts, at least 80% of an organization's business content is semi-structured or unstructured information in folders, messages, memos, proposals, emails, graphics, electronic slide presentation, and even videos created in different formats and stored in many locations. Enterprise Content Management or ECM help organizations manage both types of information. They have capabilities for knowledge capture, storage, retrieval, distribution, and preservation to help firms improve their business processes and decisions. Such systems include corporate repositories of documents, report, presentations, and best practices, as well as capabilities for collecting and organizing semi-structured knowledge such as email. Major enterprise content management systems is also explicit knowledge that exists in formal documents. So, what are the types of systems that are used for enterprise-wide knowledge management and how they provide value for businesses? In this figure, it's 11.3, which is titled an enterprise content management system. You're able to see that an enterprise content management system has capabilities for classifying, organizing, and managing structured and semi-structured knowledge and making it available throughout the enterprise. Enable users to access external sources of information such as news feeds and research and to communicate via email, chat, or instant messaging, discussion groups, and video conferencing. They are starting to incorporate blogs, wikis, and other enterprise social networking tools. OpenText Corporation, AMC, IBM, and Oracle corporations are leading vendors of enterprise content management software. The interactive sessions on organizations describes how the New Zealand Department of Conservation benefited from ECM technology. A key problem in managing knowledge is the creation of an appropriate classification scheme or taxonomy to organize information into meaningful categories so that it can be easily accessed. Once the categories for classifying knowledge have been created, each knowledge object needs to be tagged or classified so that it can be easily retrieved. Enterprise content management system have capabilities for tagging, interfacing with corporate databases and content repositories. And also it creates enterprise knowledge portals that provides a single point of access to information resources. Companies need ways to keep track of and manage employee learning and to integrate it more fully into their knowledge management and other corporate systems. A learning management system, or LMS, provides tools for the management, delivery, tracking, and assessment of various types of employee learning and training. Contemporary LMS supports multiple modes of learning, including streaming videos, webinar, classes, live instruction, in classes or online, and group learning in online forums, including chat sessions. The LMS consolidates mixed media training, automates the selection and administration of courses, assembles and delivers learning content, and measures learning effectiveness. Thank you for your attention. That's the end of my report. Thank you very much.